Mr. Speaker,
the Honourable George
can
Hawkins.
I first of all thank the pretender to the throne of Manuriwa for getting up. That person from the North Shore is concerned as well. And I want to thank all the people in the House who have spoken today from whatever point, because I believe this is a very important issue. And I want to thank even those people who spoke against it. When you have legislation that deals with local problems, then I think a bit of passion comes out. I've had people over time tell me that instead of picking on the prostitutes, pick on the men who use them, arrest them, and that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. And of course, well, yes, I have had 9 years, but that member has been here for a long while, and what has he done? What has he done? Nothing. Not a thing. However, I want to say the real tragedy about all this is underage young girls are involved in prostitution. They can't work, of course, in brothels until they're 18, so they're exposed. And when the original reform bill came through Parliament, no one actually thought of it. And now we're trying to use band-aids to cover up problems that we didn't foresee. And I think that's a pity. We've had people murdered on the streets, prostitutes murdered. And of course, it shows what a dangerous life it is on the streets. When we really analyse what's happening, we're actually hearing a council, Manukau City, actually asking for help. The communities that Manukau represents is asking for help. Perhaps the real answer is to go back and redo the Prostitution Reform Act, but I don't see many people wanting to do that. Perhaps that's what the answer really is, to go back. But people won't like that because last time it passed by one vote. And that was a real test to people. And whether they'll try it in election year to make an amendment or to change the Prostitution Reform Act is the real measure. I think that people who have electorates, who have party offices, to be generous, we know what the problems are. People come to see us. The churches come to see us. The schools come to see us because they don't like their kids walking through vomit on the way to school, left by undesirables who mix alcohol and prostitution. It is unseemly, and of course, it just doesn't make a town come right. And that's what I know my colleague Ross Robinson really wants to see happen in Hunter's Corner, where there is a big problem. And of course, Ross Robinson is a person who keeps on going and going, a wee bit like the battery. He never runs out. He keeps on going. And I think that's really important, because if you don't keep on going, I've got to say that ideally what we should be doing is going back to the Prostitution Reform Act and changing that. But I imagine that the government, yes, and we made a mistake, but I imagine the present government won't do that, but I thank them for their support tonight, because this is a step where once again a problem can be highlighted, where a select committee can look at a problem. And I think when it goes to the local government and environment select committee, they can do some real good work. The police haven't been actively involved. They said they hadn't had the staff. Now they have the staff. They're still not interested. It's too hard for them, and it appears to be too hard for some of the political parties represented in this House.
Members, the question is that the motion be agreed to. Point of order, the Honourable George Hawkins.
Mr. Speaker, I request that a personal vote be taken.
The members seeking a personal vote will be held. Ring the bells. The ayes will go to the right. The noes will go to the left. Abstentions will come to the table. We need 2 tellers.